Hello everyone, this is Tom Fox. I'm the Compliance Evangelist, and I'd like to welcome you to the December edition of my 1 month to a more effective compliance program series that I have been running throughout 2017. In this month of December, I'm going to take a look at 1 month to better written standards for a compliance program. The sponsor this month is my Doing Compliance Masterclass series. I recently partnered with Jonathan Marks at Markham LLC to put on a series of masterclass training sessions in late 2017 and throughout 2018. We just concluded the 2017 training in New York City, and I will be announcing upcoming training sessions going forward. If you have enjoyed and utilized this podcast series throughout 2017, you will find the Masterclass is an excellent way for you to take your compliance program to the next level. In this month, I'm going to take a look at written standards for compliance programs. We take a wide variety of approaches and topics, and I think that you will find at the end of December, you'll have a much better grounding on how you can create, design, and implement better written standards which will improve your compliance program. My series on 1 month to a better compliance program is a part of the Compliance Podcast Network. Day 1, Introduction to Better Written Standards. The cornerstone of any compliance program is its written protocols. This includes a code of conduct, policies, and procedures. These elements have long been memorialized in the U.S. Sentencing Guidelines, the Department of Justice's opinion releases regarding compliance programs, the 2012 FCPA Guidance, and the 2017 Evaluation of Corporate Compliance Programs. There are 3 levels of standards and controls: code of conduct, standards and policies, and procedures. Every company should have a code of conduct which expresses its ethical principles, but a code of conduct is not enough. Policies need to be in place which build upon the foundation of a code of conduct and articulate code-based policies which should cover such issues as bribery, corruption, and accounting practices. And finally, procedures. Every company should have procedures that enable those implementing the policies and code of conduct to confirm that they are followed and enforced. The Department of Justice has presented us with several questions you can ask around your policies and procedures and your code of conduct. So, for instance, what has been the company's process for designing and implementing the code of conduct and policies and procedures? Who has been involved in the design of the code of conduct and policies and procedures? Have the business units been consulted prior to rolling them out? Has the company implemented policies and procedures which may have prohibited illegal conduct? Has the company assessed whether the policies and procedures have been effectively implemented? How have the functions that have ownership over the policies and procedures been held accountable for their implementation and oversight? Has there been clear guidance for the gatekeepers around policies and procedures? And finally, are they accessible to company employees? How has the company communicated the policies and procedures relevant to anti-bribery and anti-corruption compliance programs? And how has the company evaluated the usefulness of these policies, procedures, and code of conduct? These are just some of the questions we're going to explore throughout the month of December. We're going to take a look at the basis for your code of conduct and articulated standards that the Department of Justice has provided to us. We're going to take a deep dive into the code of conduct, its structure and form, design, and training on the code of conduct. Of course, with operationalization. We'll do the same with policies and procedures. We'll consider revisions to policies and procedures. Then we're going to take a deep dive into policies that the Department of Justice has mandated you have. This will include gifts, travel, entertainment, charitable donations, political contributions, internal controls, facilitation payments and extortion payments, third parties, and we're going to have one on cybersecurity because that's become such an incredibly important topic. At the end of this month, I think you will have a very detailed grounding on better written standards for your compliance program, and I hope that you will be able to utilize the information presented to implement a more effective compliance program for your organization. This is Tom Fox. I hope you've enjoyed day 1 to 1 month to better written standards in a compliance program, and I hope you will join me tomorrow for day 2. This is Tom Fox again. Thank you for listening to this episode of 1 month to better written standards in a compliance program. I hope you will join me tomorrow for another episode. If you have listened to this podcast on iTunes, I would ask that you would rate our podcast, as it would help in our rankings and also help get the word out about the only daily podcast which will give you a hint or tip to improve your compliance program. Also, if you have any questions, you can email me at tfox@tfoxlaw.com. This is Tom Fox. Thank you again for listening. I hope you'll join me tomorrow. My podcast series of 1 month to a better compliance program is a part of the Compliance Podcast Network.